scheduled 15-round World Heavyweight Championship bout. Governor Nelson Rockefeller on hand, along with ex-Governor Thomas Dewey, Jimmy Cagney, Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney, and all the boxing luminaries who were in the eastern coast area around the time of this bout tonight. Both boys being checked, and let's go up and see what the referee has to say.
Ingomar and Floyd, this being a contest for the heavyweight championship of the world, will necessitate two major rule changes. The mandatory 8 count will be waived. You'll resume boxing immediately after a knockdown. The other man will return to this neutral corner and remain there until I signal you to come out boxing. Now, is this understood? It's very important. 3 knockdown rule will also be waived. There can be more than 3 knockdowns in any given round. I warn you now, you will be penalized for any unnecessary roughness or any infraction of the rules. Break when you're told to break. Good luck to both of you. Shake hands now. Return to your corners and await the starting bell.
And so get set, ladies and gentlemen, for Ingomar Johansson as he defends his World Championship against Floyd Patterson. A little later on, you'll hear from my colleague and good friend, Marty Glickman, between rounds. We'll be watching with you, and here we go with the first round of the Polo Grounds. Johansson in white, 194 3/4. Patterson, black trunks, 190 pounds. Watch the pattern of this first round. Patterson's defense thus far, as you have noticed, is less of the peekaboo style. And Johansson is caught with a left on the nose. Another left. Johansson more bewildered than hurt by those punches. There is a mouse under the left eye of Ingomar Johansson, a swollen area under his left eye. Johansson's first right hand missed the target, Patterson's head. Minute to go in this first round. Tiny cut now under the left eye of Ingomar Johansson in white. Johansson has had a variety of expressions here in this first round. 10 seconds till the end of round 1. And here between the first and second, we call in our friend Marty Glickman.
Ingomar Johansson being ministered to by Waddy Bimstein on the left. Edwin Ahlquist, his advisor, leaning in over the ropes. Nils Blomberg, his trainer. And one question already has been answered. The mental attitude of Floyd Patterson. Obviously, he's right. He's set. Most aggressive. He clearly won that first round. Floyd Patterson getting set now for round 2. Here's Chris Schenkel.
Okay, Marty. Round 2, Patterson in black. Johansson in white. Blocked left hook. Johansson's quarter closed the cut under his left eye. And there is a right hand that connects. That right hand by Johansson came in on an angle, not straight away at the chin. Patterson backing off. Floyd winked in our direction. Sometimes that is an indication that he's not feeling so good. You'll see a fighter do that out of nervous tension. As you can see, he's backing off, has become more cautious now that he's caught that Swedish right. Minute to go, round 2. Punch just a little short. Patterson appears to have shaken off the effects of that right hand. They'll get a rest in 10 seconds. We now move to Floyd Patterson's corner, and he was caught with a Johansson right hand. He has been trying more tonight in the first 2 rounds to provide less of a stationary target by not only moving around, using a little more footwork than he did in their first meeting, but he's also moving his body and trying to keep his head moving, and that's always been a problem for Floyd, to get the head to move from side to side so that he is not a sucker or a sitting duck for a solid punch. Floyd appears okay as Nick Florio on the right, and on the left, Dan Florio, and with his back to us, the assistant trainer, Buster Watson, look on. As we mentioned earlier, the boy that guided Floyd Patterson to the top, Cus D'Amato, is not in his corner. The first time since he became a pro in 1952. Here now in the corner of Johansson, they're putting an ice pack under his left eye to help close the cut and decrease the swollen area beneath it. Get ready now for round 3 at the Polo Grounds. Many more left jabs being used by the fighters than in their initial meeting. One of Patterson's aims, he told us, was to try to gain control of the fight, which he felt he did not have, as was evidenced in the third round a year ago. Arthur Mercanti, the referee. Missed right. That's a menacing left jab used by Johansson. It impairs the vision of Patterson. Floyd Patterson unmarked here in the third round. Johansson sustained a swollen area under his left eye and a tiny cut in round one. Johansson laughing as the punches were not effective. "40 seconds, round three." Good body punch, hooked to the midsection. And there's a right. Was not on the chin, but it did hit the damaged area under the left eye of Johansson.
Remember that here in New York State, the primary basis for decision is round-by-round scoring. If the fight should end in a draw, so far as rounds scored are concerned, on any official's card, his winner is determined by a supplementary point score. But the actual fight itself is based on a round-by-round decision on the official scores. And in case you missed them earlier, the referee is Arthur Mercanti in the center of the ring. Artie Idala is one of the two judges, and Leo Birnbaum, the second judge. The votes of those three men will determine the outcome of this fight. Again, Floyd Patterson seems to have won this third round. Unofficially, our scoring has it 2 rounds for Patterson, 1 for Johansson. Round 4 coming up, Chris Schenkel.
The bell for the fourth, and we look at Johansson. The area beneath Johansson's left eye is more swollen now. It covers a larger area right now near his cheekbone. There have been no knockdowns. When two heavies meet, anything can happen, so should there be an early ending, stay with us for a videotaped rerun of the crucial moments. Johansson and White working hard on that left jab to make it sting a little more than a year ago, is doing just that. Minute to go in the fourth round. Less than 1 minute in the fourth round at the Polo Grounds. There you can see the left eye of Johansson. Has complete vision from the left eye. Ten seconds. Well, it's the end of round 4, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Floyd Patterson, who tonight, with the speed that he had shown in earlier fights, is moving around, also trying to get in closer to smother the right-hand punches and possibly a potential left hook thrown by Johansson. Patterson weighing 8 pounds more. This is the heaviest he has ever weighed for a professional bout. Ingemar Johansson, you see the ice pack being applied to that area under his left eye. In a single year on the heavyweight throne, this man has proved one of the best showmen and businessmen in boxing history. Might point out as we wait for round 5 that neither Johansson nor Patterson has ever gone 15 rounds. Here is round 5. Johansson in white, Patterson in the black trunks. A sneak inside right by Patterson. You saw that left hook was a little wide, caught the neck of Johansson. Left hook. 8, 9. Johansson is bleeding at the mouth. He took the count of 9. A minute and a half left here in round 5. And there it goes! Eight, 9, and boxing history is made! Boxing history is made! Ladies and gentlemen, Johansson, as a precautionary measure, is kept lying on the canvas. However, he is not moving a muscle, as Dr. Alexander Schiff and Dr. Swetnick are trying to revive him. Boxing history has just been made. 8 former heavyweight champions tried to do it to reclaim their title. They could never do it. Floyd Patterson, 25 years of age, has done it. The time, 1 minute and 51 seconds of round 5. Johansson now beginning to move his head from side to side.
Floyd, will you fellas give us just a television? Floyd, turn around this way. All right, for the ring announcement. The ring announcement. The time, 1 minute, 51 seconds of the 5th round. And the first man ever to regain the heavyweight championship, the winner, Floyd Patterson. Before, nobody ever did it. You told me at Newtown, Connecticut, you'd know in the first round whether or not you'd knock him out. Did you know?
Well, Howie, I'm not going to kid. I did feel that I had a great chance of knocking him out after the first round, but he caught me with a very good right hand, and I tried to play coy. I tried to make like I was seriously hurt so he can follow up, but he never did.
Floyd, I know you were worried about Ingo, lifting him up now, and he does not seem seriously hurt.
You mind if I go over and...
I will let you go over, Floyd, in just a minute, if you'll give me just another minute, Floyd. When do you have a rematch coming up under the contract, Floyd?
In 90 days.
In 90 days.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it will be much the same story then, that you've learned how to fight Ingemar?
Well, Howie, I can't say. I sure hope so.
You wouldn't boast about it?
No.
The Ring McCarthy Jack announcer is talking to us about the photographers. One final question, Floyd. When you hit Ingo, that first hard left hook that felled him, did you know then that a knockout was sure?
No, I never take for granted of anything. I knew that my possibilities were greater than they were before I got in the ring when I fought him with the left hook.
Do you feel the extra weight helped you a great deal?
I'm punching much harder, yes.
And do you feel that your different style of training this time was much of the story, that you weren't stale?
Yes.
Floyd, from Great Britain, you've been on radio and television there. Congratulations to you, from your listeners and viewers in Britain.
Thank you.
All right, Floyd Patterson moving away from us now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to get to Ingemar Johansson. Now he's on his feet.
Floyd Patterson, the greatest one that ever lived.
All right, let's go over to Ingemar. Eddie, will it be possible, Eddie, to talk with Ingemar on microphone?
Heavyweight championship.
This is Edwin Alquist, ladies and gentlemen, the business advisor to Ingemar Johansson as Floyd goes over to see how Ingo is. Eddie, you knew it was going to be a very tough bout. Were you shocked by what happened?
I stated all the time it would be a tough fight. Shocked. Anything can happen in boxing, as we say, so Ingmar gets clipped and he has a chance.
Well, you're a philosopher about it, Eddie. Do you feel that next time this will call for a change of style on Ingo's part, the way Floyd changed his tactics for this one?
I don't believe in changing the style.
You still feel that he can beat Patterson in a return match?
That's hard to say, but I think it will be a tougher fight yet. If you have beaten him once, he probably could beat him another time, but this was a hard knockout.
A hard knockout. How is the boy? Have you had any report on him yet? I don't want to go over and bother.
Our Swedish doctor said he'll be all right, he said. I asked him. He'll be our doctor.
Eddie, do you think we could talk to him for just a moment?
I don't think so, no.
As our viewers can see over our heads, but as our listeners can, Ingemar Johansson is not yet back in the corner of his ring, of the ring. He is sitting surrounded by his Swedish and American trainers, Whitey Bimstein. We will try and talk to Whitey Bimstein. Whitey, I hate to bother you now. We've told we've got a minute left here up in the ring. Whitey, is there anything you can say on Ingo's behalf at this moment?
No, I pulled away, got hit with a punch, pulled away.
Well, do you feel a change of tactics will be called for in the return bout?
Well, it's 1-1. They can go again. I don't know. I got to stay here and watch this thing.
Okay. How does the boy seem to you, Whitey?
He's all right now.
Okay. We will not bother Ingemar Johansson, as you can see, and as we will tell our listeners, finally he has arisen to his feet. He's looking around, stunned, almost unbelieving.
All right, here goes the right into the tape. You got it.
There now is Ingemar Johansson. He has now become able to regain his feet and walk primarily on his own power. The physicians have been very careful not to move him too rapidly so that were he seriously injured, he would not be further injured. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Marciano, the retired undefeated heavyweight king of a few years ago, is here with me. And you know, now through the miracle of videotape, let's see the exciting climax of the fight that made boxing history as Floyd Patterson regained the heavyweight championship of the world. And Rocky, quite a fight.
Boy, that was a real good fight. Exciting all the way. Floyd was changing his style every second he was in there. He just kept changing his tactics. Would be a left jab to the head, then a left to the body.
There is round 5 now, Rocky.
I'd like to see this again.
We commented that Floyd had greater control in this bout than the earlier
yes,
meeting.
yes.
Is there any particular way he set him up with that left
Well,
hook,
yes,
Rocky?
he was throwing quite a few left hooks in there, and of course, Ingemar was backing up, trying to avoid them, and he stepped back, and Floyd stepped in. It was just a good, well-timed left hook. See, Johansson stays straight up there, and it's pretty hard for him to get underneath. Left hook.
Did this surprise you, Rocky?
Yes, it did. I didn't believe that. Oh boy, that's a real good knockdown. Yeah, he hurt him there, but Ingemar showed some courage here. Yeah, I know he got hit.
That referee was in his first championship bout, Rocky.
Oh, really?
He did a tremendous
yes, he
job.
did a fine job.
90 days.
Fine job.
Is it tough to finish off a man such as this?
Yes, he's a big, strong boy. He really is strong.
It'll be coming up soon, Rocky, so let's watch. You always liked the left hook.
Yeah, uh-huh. Oh, that's a good knockout. Good knockout.
We had it right. We have another bout to follow.
He had not his right hand certainly in that usual punching position that he carried at Johansson, and he was wide open for that hook, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He just stepped back and let his hand drop, and of course, Floyd stepping in with his left hook had a tremendous power, tremendous power in it.
Well, I'm sure, Rocky, that you had talked to both fighters in their training camps as you have been writing a series of articles for a New York newspaper, and I'm sure you got a little bit of the feeling of Floyd Patterson, having lost the crown and this big battle tonight.
Yes, he had the crowd with him tonight. I think they were all for the underdog, which he was, and they gave him a tremendous cheer. I think that helped him because he smiled and looked real confident coming out in that very first round.
What do you think will happen now, Rocky, now that it's 1-1?
You don't know. Of course, both knockouts were convincingly. Ingemar's first knockout last year and Patterson's knockout this year, they both were very convincing.
Rocky, let me ask you one question. Do you have any idea that you might come back and fight one or the other?
Boy, that takes a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking.
Rocky, we enjoyed having you with us because you wore your crown oh so proudly and so well for the United States.
Thank you, Chris.
Rocky Marciano, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again repeating that Floyd Patterson has come back 6 days, less than a year. When he was decked 7 times at the Yankee Stadium ring, he has come back here at the Polo Grounds in New York, scene of many sports history-making affairs, to regain the championship at 1 minute and 51 seconds of round 5. Ingemar Johansson is okay, has moved to the dressing room area. So for Marty Glickman and myself, this is Chris Schenkel saying so long from the Polo Grounds. Group Communications, Division of Teleprompter Corporation, has presented another World's Heavyweight Championship fight. Promoter, Feature Sports. This telecast has been produced and directed by Jack Lubell. Executive producer, Edgar Sherrick.